Looking at getting an exercise bike but overwhelmed by your choices? Don't worry, I'm here to explain you through the process. There's three main types of exercise bikes: spin bikes, upright bikes, and recumbent bikes. Why would somebody go for a spin bike? Spin bikes with this tension knob have basically an infinite resistance level. You can go from locking up the pad to a complete brake. When I release that knob fully, the wheel's going to turn like I'm rolling downhill. I can just roll my legs over and everything in between. Now, people that buy spin bikes probably like interval style training. They want to mimic the feel of a road bike. They want to be standing up, sitting down, adjusting the knob frequently. The disadvantages with spin bikes is if you've got a back injury, you're often in this hunched over position, which could be very uncomfortable for longer periods of time. Also, the screens on spin bikes are notoriously basic in comparison to the upright bikes. There's generally no programs. You're doing all the programming. And also, the seats are notoriously uncomfortable. Sick of your uncomfortable spin bike seat? Don't worry. This mechanism here is generally universal. So you can go to a bike shop, you can buy a nice, comfy seat, very similar to this. Alternatively, you can buy a gel pad that you can just slap over the seat that will provide an extra layer of cushioning. Next up, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on upright bikes. Upright bikes are generally more comfortable than spin bikes, and they are designed to ride for longer periods of time. As you can see, I'm in a nice upright position. I can hunch if I want, but if not, I can just remain upright for the duration of my ride. These bikes, even on maximum tension, although you can stand up if you really want to, they're not designed for that. And the mechanism of the pedals, I have seen the pedals snap off and it can ruin the cranks. So I would recommend not to do that. So upright bikes generally have more bells and whistles on the console. As you can see, I'm not turning a knob like the spin bike. So I can go from close to minimum to close to maximum with the touch of a button in a couple of seconds. I can also adjust incrementally. Upright bikes are generally more beginner friendly and they're designed for somebody that just wants to sit down after a long day of work and ride for 30 minutes while watching TV. Last but not least, we have the recumbent bikes. Recumbent bikes are great for those who have certain injuries such as bulging discs or knee problems, and they struggle to ride an upright bike. Recumbent bikes are generally easier to get on and off than the other two bikes. They also have a giant pad, a bit like a comfy armchair at home, to increase back support. This back support obviously isn't going to fix your back injury. However, if you experience instant pain when riding a spin bike or an upright bike, this may allow you to get in 10 to 20 minutes before your back starts hurting versus instantly. So with this console, you can set programs, you can do quick speeds, you can do heart rate, you can generally do everything that you can on the upright bikes with the recumbent, and they're a lot more smarter in the console than a spin bike.